What's going on, traders? I'm here today to give you a recap on the CODX trade. This was the biggest gainer so far today. It had all the volume on a Friday, June 1st, first day of the month. Fresh start for all you new traders. So this company came out with a press release this morning doing some sort of work with Stanford University. Obviously, Stanford is up there as one of the top schools in the nation. That attracted all this volume to the stock and this play. And when you're day trading these low flow penny stocks, you need to have volume. Volume is what moves the stocks, and the volume has definitely been there. There were eyes looking at this throughout the pre-market, just simply because of the chart history and the room it had to run. So this stock had been in play the last few days. You could tell by these two candles here. Pretty crazy moves. And then to have that press release come out today really gave it all it needed to make another big push. So during the pre-market, the price was trading around in the range 320 to 355. You could tell that the 355 area here held up as the number one resistance line. That 355 area did not break pre-market, and that was one area I was looking to break simply because there's the pre-market high and because we had resistance here from this candle. And I marked that down, and that carried over to roughly the 355 range. So this candle held as resistance in the pre-market area. So I was looking for the stock to break the 355 range when it opened. And I was actually trading the 1 minute, so I'll switch over the 1 minute here. So here's the 350. No, here's the 355 right here. Yep. So you could tell here, stock sold off a little bit, pulled back. Tried to find some support. It got back up over the 350 area. It was touching here. This candle was pushing through. It didn't exactly go through with the move we wanted. Then it really started, making some moves up to the 370 range. That was another resistance. I was originally targeting 355 to 375. I was not expecting this to take off all the way to $6. But all my resistance areas are marked out. You could tell how perfect they held. It really went perfect to plan. You could tell traded in this channel, broke out, hit the next channel, traded here, another channel formed. All these resistance areas are found from marking the previous chart and finding areas of natural resistance and chart resistance. So natural resistance for these penny stocks is every 25 cents, I like to think, and whole numbers. So 350, 375, $4. And that's how I found and marked all these resistance areas out and traded it. So I bought in at the initial 355 break. I alerted that to my chat room, which will have a link in the description. Check it out. I'm doing a free trial, by the way. 355, that broke with volume. You could tell the volume down here was pretty heavy, above the average. This white line that goes on is the average for the day. You could tell these white candles represent buying. Huge buying coming in here at this range at the 355. And then it was just trending up. $4 break here. $4 is a big, it's a whole number. So it's going to be a pretty heavy resistance. That broke, and that's where the volume really started to kick in. And that's where this really made its big move up to this area in the 590. It got halted around somewhere in here where trading got halted and resumed and then took off to roughly the $6 range. So that's how I traded it. I bought in at the original 355 break, and that was my original entry desired for the chat, and it hit all my sell targets, and then it made an extra move. So I wasn't really expecting this in the chat. I was targeting maybe $3.50 to $4. It got there. I didn't think it would surpass $4 just because I thought it was going to be a pretty heavy resistance. And by the time it got there, all the traders would have been shaken out already. So that wasn't the case. It broke $4. We were prepared for that. And it, you could tell once it broke $4, it didn't have a red candle on the 1 minute. It went from 4 all the way up to this candle here at the top at 447. So the 557 resistance area, and it broke that later here, and then made the next room to $6. This thing really moved so fluid and took off right as we were looking at it. we were there before the mob was. That's what you need to do sometimes, and it proved to be pretty profitable. So we're happy it worked out like this. I hope all you traders in my chat room made a nice profit off this. Fridays usually aren't a big trading day just because volume is typically weak on this day, but that wasn't the case here, and it proved nice. So that's that. I'll see you guys back on Monday. Have a good weekend.